Hello, everybody, and welcome back to tonight's wonderful Tenax Proving Grounds. Today, we are just rocking up for the semi-finals, starring the very humble Team Oboy versus Team Aphelion. And I do believe before we go any further that my humble, awesome co-caster has a vested interest to declare in the outcome of this match.
Yes, I'm so excited to finally be able to cast Team Aphelion. I've played with one of their members on a previous team, and I would say we are somewhat of friends. And yeah, every time that he has been in Tenax, they got a bit of an unfortunate draw. They had to play versus Gorilla in the quarterfinals and stuff like that, just always getting knocked out. And they finally made it to the semifinals, just to be matched with Oboy, who is definitely one of the favorites to take it all in this 13th installment of the 10x Proving Grounds. Oboy have already taken second place, and they're here to take it all this time. I think it was one of our very first games, one of our first 10x's where Oboy made it to second place. And it's been exciting seeing them back. Unfortunately, they didn't quite make it to finals again since then. So this is going to decide who will meet the winner of Team Etrefal and Team Rocket, who are battling it out in the second semifinals right now in the grand finals to fight for the prize money.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, as you've said, you've got friends on Team Aphelion. You've got an interest in seeing them do well. In the interests of balance, I now have to be an Aphelion hater. That's how that works, right?
Wow.
Um, that's absolutely like we've got to be balanced as a casting duo. So, did you know that Aphelion's team players don't put the shopping cart back when they go to the store? Wow, they're horrible, aren't they?
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I guess we need to be rooting for Oboy now. That's how that works, you know.
Did you know that Oboy previously had a logo with they still had the same Reaper, but he had a chocolate bar that he was
Ah,
offering because I think Oboy is a Nordic chocolate brand, but it's spelled
huh.
differently.
I was wondering where
There
that
was
name came from.
Yeah, that's a nice little bit of lore.
That is some cool lore. I like that a lot. That makes me very happy.
But yeah, I also have friends on Team Oboy. I'm currently preparing for a bit of a World Cup, and both members of Aphelion and Oboy have been kind and helping out the team behind the scenes. So it's super nice seeing all of these people come together and compete in what they're passionate about, which is competitive
Absolutely.
Dead by Daylight. We have
Yeah.
the pick and bans on the way. So far, the teams have agreed
Indeed.
on Lich, on a Dead Dog Saloon, which we have just seen. What a
Yeah.
wonderful set. Can't
With
wait to see it
story
again.
again. Well, if we're getting the same kills again, can we get twin nullification bid again?
Please. No, unfortunately, the French duo has been banned out.
we, we,
Instead,
we
Albert Wesker was able to make it through the ban phase. And we're going to have a tiebreaker blight on Gas Heaven, which is a map that I have not seen him on in a long time. We always
wow.
have the most unconventional map forced on the players for the tiebreaker game. So it is Gas Heaven in this case.
Yeah. Now I'm going through a bit of character development right now when it comes to Gas Heaven because I used to be the like level 0 super mega ultra Gas Heaven hater.
Ah,
Like
yeah.
I live, I breathe, I hate Gas Heaven, I go to sleep. That's my life.
So you're a killer main, huh? Yeah, I see.
I'm a Skull Merchant main. And I would that map is hell.
Yes.
For like it was hell. I might be starting to warm up to it a little bit after the changes that it got in patch 9.3.0. It has been made a little bit smaller. The lighting's made it more reasonable, and it's gone back to the old map structure, which I'd like more than the new one. I'm
They
starting to
also
hate gas a little bit less, and I feel like that's changing my identity as a person, and I'm scared.
they also made it so that the breakable wall at the entrance of the gas
Yeah.
station now always spawns broken. So saving the killers a bit of time on that super pesky, basically unplayable main building. If you take a chase there,
Yeah.
you better bring some time because survivors can just milk that structure for so long, as well as
Yeah.
the strong connecting filler pallets that are nearby. And
Absolutely.
why everybody was so caught off guard by the new Auto Haven lighting was because the lighting shines on the map from a different angle than it previously did. And that
That's
just
interesting.
messes with everybody's brain so hard that they think that the layout has changed, but it has not.
Oh, it hasn't.
Interesting fun fact. No,
I thought it had gone back to the old layout a little bit with the car wall being further back.
I don't think it has. At least the other Auto Haven maps, I'm sure they have not changed the layout. And it is just a trick of the light in the most literal sense, which is quite
That is
funny to me.
very, very unusual. I'm going to call your bluff on that after this match and go through it because I'm sure it's changed. I'm sure it's changed.
But yeah,
no,
before we get to our tiebreaker, of course, we have Mastermind on Coal Tower, one of the evergreen sets in Comp DVD. Just such a fun matchup for Survivor and Killer players alike. Let's hope that behavior makes it so that all of our beautiful Wesker techs will be still in the game after the PTB launches, because there was a lot of controversial changes that have been discovered in an attempt of fixing Wesker, notably rebounds being removed and him just not being able to abruptly change his turn direction mid-dash. So you would just, if you press a quick double dash, you would just go in one direction rather than being able to change where you want to go. So just making him very sluggish. Hopefully those changes won't make it to the PTB. But until then, we're going to have probably one of Wesker's best iteration right now, where the hack tags are made a little bit easier and more responsive. So we can see some huge outplays on the killer side.
Absolutely. It feels like every PTB at this point has got like there's one killer where they randomly blow the legs off by accident.
Yeah.
Like they did it because they did with those artist add-ons that got reverted, and then there was the xenomorph change that got like largely reverted. Then there was Clown who they microwaved, Knight who almost got microwaved as well on the same patch, but they reverted that.
It's always
And now it's Wesker. Someone's it's like Russian roulette, except they don't even mean to load the gun first.
Yeah, it's just always good intentions, but they end up backfiring, and it's so unfortunate. We also see one too many offerings being brought into the trial, which should result in a penalty for the Aphelion survivors. Not the best way to start your best of 3.
Yeah, 2 people brought a Vigo Shroud by the looks of it.
Which does not affect the spawns too much. Hopefully everything will be fine as we are into the game, and I don't see turn back the clock on the killer loadout. We're also not seeing the Withering Staff that was bought previously for exhaustion. Instead, we're seeing the add-on that extends the mage hand duration by a tiny bit.
Yes, and batteries included, as we saw in the previous Lich set as well.
Yeah, Slips finds his first chase onto metal, getting a first tag relatively quick by using the mage hand early. Metal drops this pallet, has to smash it, so probably not able to get any value out of this exhaustion box. Has to dodge these skeletons, does get tagged. Beautiful, fast down coming through for Slips and Team Oboy. Looking for a pain rush, not able to find one in the vicinity.
The first point of order, that says Slips?
Yes, it does.
Very well, I'll take your word for it. This hurricane of no vowels. Yeah, that says Slips.
The first time I casted him, I just called him demonized, but yeah.
Yeah, I was about to do the same thing.
Since then, I've been educated, and now I
can
give you
fair enough.
The comp insight that everybody's asking for.
With this abstract approach to the English language, I have to respect the creativity. Looks like there's gonna be a chase taken over down here by the water tower. Doesn't seem to want to kind of toying with the idea of extending it to the maze tile, but here comes a nice, elegant pallet block into a nice cheeky hit, and we'll see if just taking the injury and sodding off over to the hook.
Yeah,
All
metal
the main
still represents pain resonance. If Slips is able to get another down and took him in a different spot, so definitely wants to
Yeah.
go back for his tunnel. This main building quite treacherous with the skeletons being available, so metal really needs to dodge here. Is able to do
Yeah.
so, and has this pretty unsafe pallet to play. Just decides to skip it. Maybe a head-on play coming through. Slips will
Well, there we
be
go.
very
The
aware of
head on
that.
target.
Nashalnik, with the head-on attempt, does get found by the Dispelling Sphere and takes attack for it, but it still ends up extending the chase for metal here.
Yeah, smelling the head on from the Shelnick a mile away. Oh, there's a point tech under pallet. And wow, I wonder why they can be doing this. No, it looks like metals go straight back onto the hook. Looks unlikely to be able to get a scourge out of it though.
Slips is able to call the bluff there, knows he just took attack onto Nashalnik, knowing that Zini is injured, and if the survivors are playing too altruistically here, they don't get any jump shot at all. Nashalnik able to dodge away from the skeletons on the main building.
Eruption going on to main building. Gen, very critical juncture to be doing that, given the lack of pain resonances. The next chase, be able to maybe go eruption proc into a pain res on main gen would enormously cripple the progress that our gen has received so far, because that gen is fairly close to completion. If if two regression perks can hit it from up there, that's going to be a lot of resources need to be reinvested into that gen.
This is a really comfortable chase for Slips to take, because he interrupts gen that was actively being worked, as well as being able to still be super close to his tunnel out. The pull comes through by Nina. Metal injured in chase on the shack. Someone has to drop this pallet. Metal goes for the vault. Nina skips the shack pallet, but Metal is still Slips focus. Goes towards the water tower. Just choosing a good death spot.
Immediate mage hand. Oh,
Some
fly
smashed
stamper.
value. Metal still running good distance. Oh, what a hit.
Batteries included! That was batteries included getting that down. Wowzers!
You're so right, and Metal is not gonna be happy with that one. The pain resonance right there. All survivors injured.
Two gens pop just as I thought. The pain res goes down on the main building gen after the eruption already hit it. This is a big momentum swing in favor of Slips here.
This is 4K territory for our killer.
It's looking like it to me.
Zini has to have a really strong chase here in this desert, but Slips is just playing it so methodical with his mage hand add-on. Just lifting up the pallet, walking straight through it, perfect distance, nothing the survivors can do. Clean and methodical. Overwhelming Team Aphelion right now.
Absolutely. Slips very confident, knowing exactly what he has to do at any given moment, taking the opportunities where they're presented, and knocking Team Aphelion firmly off balance here. There's another survivor up here who's spotted. Let's see who it is.
Slips knows exactly that the reset has taken place here, so both survivors are still fairly close. This is also the only generator that has progress. Sees Nina here. The skeleton's going to hit. Good dodge by Hinatu. As Nashalnik is rotating for the pull. Can he get it uninterrupted? Yes, he can. Great timing on that.
You see the obligatory aggressive use of base BT, but let's see how much value you can get out of it. Nashalnik takes a hit anyway. Basically jumping over Shiny like they're not even there.
Very rude. Put some respect on the name.
And I had an image of like Vector in like a Mario hat.
Great dodge from Nashalnik again, but man,
it's not quite enough.
That's so greedy. Not going for the pallet there. Nashalnik unfortunately goes down. Does have tenacity, not able to escape. Slips his grasp. This is another pain res, as you called out correctly. They haven't been able to reset Zini, and we can imagine Nina still being close for the pull. Zini working away at the main building. But these last generators are going to be very hard to complete for Team Aphelion.
especially if we see another eruption come down. Because this is 2 or 3 pain resonances that have hit this gen now. I think we're going to. It'll have been 2, otherwise the gen would have been crispy by now.
Yeah.
The 2 pain resonances, 1 eruption proc, a likely second one about to come down.
I love that mind game.
Beautifully
what a
played by
beautiful
Slips.
down. Zini caught with their pants down, and Slips
Yeah.
gets another hook as the reset comes through in that desert area. But we just see a sequence of hook trades into injury, into down, into another hook trade. It's just Slips is getting these downs so quickly and with very little resistance.
Yeah, this is pretty much textbook. This is really what you want to be seeing with any killer on any map. But this is especially after some slightly rougher performances with the Lich in the earlier games. It really is sweet to see Slips showing the killer really in his element.
Yeah, and I think what is remarkable about Slips' gameplay here is just the simplicity of his plays.
Yeah.
He's not doing too much fancy stuff. He's just using the spells at the right time and using them very, very well.
Put the spells in the bag.
Oh, 2 injured people in main building now.
Zini
is on death.
Oh, Zini gets skeleton through the window, and Nina's on the floor. Eruption's gone off, and wow, Genie's about to get placed onto their death hook. It's a vain attempt really from Michelle to try to squeeze one more gen out of this, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen.
The one saving grace is that Slips does not have pain resonant hooks in this area, so if Nishalnik is able to stealth out this mage, this dispelling sphere and get the pickup onto Nina, and then one of them has an insane chase, but Slips just checks on the gen, decides, okay, this is not gonna pop anytime soon, and gets the fresh hook onto Nina as well, looking like a 4K2 right now.
Almost certainly. We're about to see a pain res coming down. Actually confirming any suspicions that might have as to which gen is being worked on. Oh, there is a Tory disguised as a bush next to the hook. Then Nishalnik knows exactly where Slips is going to prioritize for a pain res, and she goes, "Yeah, I will become bush. I will become shrub."
Yes, beautiful stealth. Skeletons being dodged, but Slips can just elect to completely ignore Nishalnik and just focus his attention onto Nina, who symbolizes one less health state, already being injured with the BT running out. And this palette is not safe for long, especially with the mage hand. And again, like the simplicity, right? It's nothing fancy from Slips. It's just calm, collected, and efficient.
Yep, doing what you're supposed to do and doing it properly. To pretty spectacular effect. And I imagine this is just a formality, really, in this last chase. Nishalnik gets clobbered by a skeleton in the vault. Once again, just waiting patiently for the vault before sending the skeletons out. It seems to be very reliable.
Yeah, and again, this is nothing fancy. What we've seen in the previous Lich sets was people trying to cancel tag and then going for the window hit, but not actually hitting the survivor during the vault. So
and the drop skeleton shots off the stairs and everything, trying to be clever. But no, Slips is like, yeah, this is all I need. I need you dead. I need there to be skeletons in your body and survivors on my hooks. So I'll just make that happen.
So accurate.
Pretty elegant 4K2 for Slips.
Absolutely, just getting these injuries and downs all of the map with very little resistance, you have to say.
No, absolutely. Like everything just went the way Slips needed it to go. Got the tunnel out. Honestly, even the pain res came down at a good time to prioritize that main building gen. That was it all came together like a beautiful tapestry.
Yeah, maybe there was some nerfs involved as well. We saw some very uncharacteristic play of survivors getting stuck on tiles or momentarily running into a bit of a wall. You know, it's the semifinals. It's a lot of pressure. You know, the game is being streamed, but I think Aphelion are warmed up now and are ready to show what they can do on the killer side.
Let's see what we can see, because that's going to be a challenging result to beat for Aphelion.
4K2 definitely way above average for the Lich. A 4K is already a great result, so the killer player does have to play for a 4K3 now. And
what we need to see is, well, nothing short of sorcery.
I'm really hoping that we can see turn back the clock being used. I would love that.
Oh, if only, if only, if only. I I ragged on batteries included in the previous lich sets. Turns out I'm a fool who doesn't know anything, because that batteries included got the down on the lorry when it was necessary, right there.
Yeah.
Because that hit was so close,
I
so
also know
close.
that Slips has a bit of that sweet spot ping, as you like to call it, you know?
Oh,
Just when
okay, it's
those
like that, is it?
spicy hits just barely come through, and a 5% haste bonus definitely helps at achieving those.
Maybe that's why batteries was chosen. Um,
Of course, the main idea being getting the 5% haste on the main building. I think that is generally why you bring it on Dead Saloon. Whenever we see unknown played on that map, we get to have that perk picked quite commonly. But again, in this match, the main generator has not been completed, and the killer player was just able to get the 4K regardless. Survivors are getting ready right now, and a lot of pressure on Team Aphelion's killer player right
absolutely.
now. And
It is not going to be easy. Especially, again, the survivors know they don't need to do a huge amount to pull this off.
yeah, and these are very experienced survivor players, especially
Sure.
Mathis and Mao having been in the scene for a long time.
Absolutely. It is going to be a bit of a living nightmare. But I guess this means, like the twin set, we're going to need to see some, should we say, off the chain play. There will not be much time to camp. There will not be much time to play it patient for the killer. They just need to go.
Yeah.
They're just going to be pedal to the metal. Pun very much intended.
Speaking of metal, I have actually scrimmed against his Lich before, and I know he's one of those players who will definitely go for the fancy, risky shots. And that's what he needs right now to bring this game back
You've got
for
to take
Aphelion.
risks. Playing it safe will not save you now. You need to be able to, take a risk, because what's going to happen? You lose the set. Expected anyway, given just how good a result was achieved last time. It's not going to be easy. But
yeah, and again, we know this has been Team Oboy's pick, so not to see a lot of proficiency on the killer from Slips. Definitely showing why they picked it. And now we have Metal on the killer, bringing Ruin, Wretched Fate, Pain, Resonance, and Corrupt Intervention. So, as we stated earlier in the twin set, Ruin, a perk you definitely want if you need a high win condition. Set for his first
Wretched Fate, maybe a little less so. It doesn't require that. I mean, it doesn't require one gen to pop to even do anything, but one gen will pop. So
yeah, it does help you slow down the game a lot just by having to take care of one less survivor. Beautiful flashlight play coming through by Daimao. Metal momentarily losing it, now forced to make something happen with the skeletons.
Oh, almost.
Barely. Those clips.
Almost giving Daimao a haircut.
Daimao on the shack now, but this, unless a head-on is in play, is going to be the first attack. Metal gets it. Beautiful hit through the pallet.
Lightly spicy hit through the pallet, yeah.
I know Metal's being as well.
Doesn't quite cut the vault off, unfortunately. It was so close.
Daimao also has resilience here, getting caught off guard by a nice vault though.
Spells. Notably, again,
nice
we are seeing the exhaustion add-on, Wand of Withering, back to apply exhaustion, which I imagine will make whoever is trying to take that gallows or main building gem with balanced landing start sweating bullets. But as a reasonably prompt hook, Ruin is still up, but it looks to me there is at least some decent gen progress already from Francesco and Najan there.
Yeah, Metal also had a very interesting corrupt split. You rarely see the Gallows gen as well as all of the other surrounding gens in the area being corrupted. Damao now not exhausted, has the Lithe available to play. Let's see if Metal is gonna go for the Dispelling Sphere. This has to be a head-on.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is. Nazan gets the stun. Beautiful distance bot.
Perhaps not dispelling there may have been a mistake, just because it would have turned off Daimao's life and also turned off a head-on.
Metal is smart. Metal knows that Damao is going to play for the Lithe, so after the drop of the pallet comes through, the vault immediately follows. Metal gets his second hook stage for the first generator popping. Now Fra is going to be affected by the Wretched Fate, but it spawns right on top of him.
That's heartbreaking. That's not what you want to see.
Just completed the gen and immediately gets that nice aura revealed to him.
Oh, that's the ruin. That's the ruin.
Okay.
Wretched Fate is still up.
Okay, I thought it
Where
was
did
the
that Wretched Fate spawn? It spawned in the field at the back.
It's probably going to take them quite a bit, as you see. Francesco's gen speed
No-
being slowed down to a crawl.
There's no gens there though. Yeah, there's no gens near the totem, so unless the chase starts to happen there, they have not a lot of reason to go there unless they're going to actively look for the Wretched Fate.
This hook is in a really good spot right now. Damao was really hoping to be able to use the life of his to make it to a better spot, but right now Metal is in a position where he can harass two gens at the same time. He's not gonna get a ton of value out of this, but he's buying some time that he desperately needs. Goes back to the hook now, expects Nazan to go for the unhook, which just happened. The Dispelling Sphere coming through for the exhaust this time. Notably, it didn't hit Nazan, so we might be able to see one more head-on coming through. Shack Pallet is still up, gets big back up. Beautiful
Francesco
teamwork.
there for the body block. Nicely done. And that Shack Pallet should have come back down again.
We do see two survivors splitting two different gens.
Oh no.
Damao just leaves the tile.
And there's
the
a third
stun
gen
and the
popping.
blind. This is the tie condition met already for Team Oboy. Great gen efficiency.
Metal getting a face full of flashlight for his troubles.
And there's the Wretched Fate leaving the trial.
There we go.
you have Ace nearby. You have Fra running around.
Oh, trying to M1 past Nazan there, but Nazan's not having it. The bouncer's in the club and he ain't letting you through.
Yeah, this is a race against time for Metal now. He needs to find the down onto Damao really quickly. Otherwise,
there goes Damao.
Barely catches his ankle with the last skeleton.
Okay, this is still a huge undertaking for Metal, but at least someone's dead.
Yeah. I think if Ruin was still in the trial, this would look very good for Metal.
Or even Wretched Fate.
Yeah, anything really, with two survivors being injured, and if they just stack the gen, they can get win condition right there. Mage Hand a tiny bit early. Wait! Okay, that was almost the 2-tap onto Mathis there, which would have been exactly what Metal needs. He cannot commit to this chase. Needs to send the Dispelling Sphere to the desert to find Fra and Nazan on a generator.
Just take kicks. Oh, that's another almost completed generator, but a down on Francesco here would be a pain res. So, living in hope there can be a nice quick chaser.
Reading the pallet, beautiful check spots.
Mage Hand comes down, there's the cracker.
Francesco not hesitating at all, just sending it. Skeletons. Urban Evasion coming in clutch here. And the 50 gets one as well. That is going to be 1-0 up for Team Oboy. Beautiful play on both the killer and survivor side. Really impressive.
Genuinely. Oh, Francesco there, just about scraping into that pallet.
That's the problem. When Vecna becomes too predictable, the spells get used improperly just a tiny bit. The distance is wrong on the Mage Hand. The survivor side is able to make it around again.
But the skeleton's directly inside Francesco's body. There's a skeleton inside you, Francesco, and it wants out.
In classic Oboy fashion, as soon as the win condition is met, everybody just shows up to the chase. And starts to harass the killer. This is not the first time that we've seen them do this. as
They're
Mathis
just paying a visit.
comes to his senses and actually starts another generator.
They're just coming to pay a visit, spectating. Like, we're
It is-
spectating, they should be allowed to do it as well.
Yeah, we should get more spectators in the lobby. Is that what you're saying?
Everyone just becomes spectators, you know, after the win comes back.
So I think if Metal didn't have to play for the 4K3 here, this could have been a really nice gen setup for him.
For sure.
Because all of the Gallo areas spawned corrupted, so he could have just been able to hold a nice 3 gen over there. But of course, he had to go for more. And Oboy, being a very experienced team on the survivor side, able to just out pressure the killer by beautifully splitting the gens and working the right ones at the right time, extending chases just by virtue of altruism as Methods gets attacked.
I was really impressed by the mage hand into the block at Shack.
Yeah, that was so good. It's similar to how you drop Shack Pallet for Doctor, but in this
Yes.
case you just throw yourself as a human pallet at the killer.
It's a wonderful thought. I've never heard that before, but I love it. I am no pallet, I am a man.
But yeah, Mathis probably still in the desert area playing for full in that high progress generator. No, actually rotating away as Metal uses the flight spell. But this is just cleaning up. This is probably going to be a 4K0. Maybe the survivors can get a couple stages out of the gate.
Would by all accounts be a perfectly good result in a situation where you don't have to fight for a 4K3?
Yeah. Unfortunate, really. And we don't even
Yes.
see value from Bada Bada Boom. What an upset.
Heartbreaking. Maybe Kaboom will give it to us later. With a name like that, you have to. You just
Yeah.
do.
Metal just kicking this street gen, knowing of the location of all survivors right now, trying to play for the best result possible, of course. Pre-drop from Maison gets broken quickly. And at this point, the survivors are running out of resources, leading to easy tags for our killer player. This pallet is very unsafe, so... Well, not for Nazan, because he just drops it, gets the stun, and forces Metal to break it.
Maison making a lot out of a little there, and just about avoiding the skeletons. You know, as soon as he got that fast foot off, he was holding that crouch key down like his life depended on it. Stapling that shit there.
You do see Fra and Mathis stacking a generator, and it's gonna pop. Adrenaline at play as well. Now Nazan, the fresh hook on the gate already. And that's going to be a stages escaping the trial.
Indeed.
Yeah, Metal checking the wrong gate, unfortunately. Only finds Mathis and Francesco. No body block coming through. Mathis forced to play the main building again. Low skeletons.
Oh.
Getting the down onto Mathis. Nice
Mathis
snipe
getting
from Metal.
clobbered.
Checking for head on real quick. Very, very good. Rather safe than sorry.
Let's go.
He sees out the survivors. He can just pick Mathis here. And our survivors are probably going to leave the trial very soon. Unless they want to make something silly happen. Which it kind of looks like.
Yeah, well, they've already won this set, so you know, I could see them taking a shot at it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mental game, right? If you get an insane result on Survivor, you're trying to get into your opponent's head, make them think that you are that much better than them.
Yes, well, they'll just give the last stage or two, sacrificing Mathis to the gods and walking away with a firm 1-0 result so far in today's semis.
This is such an exciting matchup. I really hope we go all the way.
Oh, that would be beautiful. Yes, I can't say I'm entirely surprised by how that went, just because the threshold was so it was a hard win to shoot for, really hard. Not much more I can say about that. It was a very severe challenge, and the survivors played to it. You know, they had some very solid chases. They tried very, very hard to keep Daimao alive as long as possible. Some really good high level altruism from Francesco in particular. Just did what they had to do. Did gens, took hits, got outs.
Yeah.
Vidi Vici.
If you make it sound that easy, why is not everybody doing it?
True. That's true.
But again, this was Team Oboy's pick, so them going up 1-0 in the matchup is not too surprising.
No, it is not.
Now we are setting up the lobby again. It is going to be Metal on the Mastermind. Funnily enough, both Metal and I were shown by a friend how to do hack tags on Wesker, and Metal got really obsessed with it. So he was just like coming into my DMs being like, yo, I just spent 4 hours in custom games practicing hack tags. So this guy, when he's intrigued by something, he really practices it and min-maxes everything out of it. So really, really impressive mindset when it comes to self-improvement in DBD. Also an incredible 1v1 player.
A man after our own heart.
But yeah, super fun, super fun. We are going to have the very same survivor roster. They have played very, very well in the last set, so no surprise to not see any changes there.
Indeed, I'm curious to see what, if anything, Metal's able to glean from these survivors, having just played against them on the Lich. Obviously, Lich and Mastermind, very, very different killers. Like almost as different as you can get. Wesker has one ability, and if you include magic items, Vecna has about 6. But no, I'm curious to see how Metal's able to rise to this one, because Metal's performance in the Lich set was not bad.
No,
like
not
it
at
was
all.
it was a obviously it's not a 4K3, but it was a good performance. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he's able to handle the problem without the pressure of knowing that he needs to pull off a very challenging result to take the round.
Yeah.
He can play with a bit more freedom in terms of how he plays, with survivors who are less certain of how things are going to go.
And I've got to point out as well that this is a bit of a David versus Goliath matchup, with Oboy having been in the scene for many years, lots of veterans on the scene, on the team, and Aphelion just having been formed last year, towards the end of last year. So a lot of new and hungry players on Aphelion versus the old guard here.
Or maybe they're not oh boy, maybe they're oh man.
Oh man,
they're oh gentlemen.
They're old now. What can we say?
Yeah.
So that is probably Metal's win condition. You just have to tie out the game long enough for Mathis to fall asleep. And,
so, looks like the Archers is on. Everyone, we're gonna take a break. That is a joke. That is a joke that likely only the Brits watching will get, or like 2 of you. But
the Brit credibility is the only British thing that I know about is mushy peas and Yorkshire pudding. Because I've been playing a lot of Scrabble recently.
That's not the word. That's not too bad. That's okay. You know, that like of all the things to own a couple of British things about, mushy peas and Yorkshire pudding's pretty damn good.
I found out about.
Although if you've been seeing them on Scrandle, maybe they're not. If you've been seeing them on Scrandle, maybe they're not so good.
Yeah.
Like Bovril's an old person drink. It's like it's half drink, half gravy. And doesn't really work well as either of them.
That sounds so cursed.
It's an old person thing. So yeah, maybe for if Oboy win, maybe they should win the prize in Bovril.
Yeah,
since they're so old.
I bet they'd be so happy about that.
Yeah. Getting some nice warm slippers, some Bovril, Werther's Originals, job done.
Survivors are getting ready. Just probably double checking whether all the perks, items, loadouts are correctly selected. And yeah, Mastermind, Cold Tower. We've seen Team Aphelion have multiple Wesker players in the past, and for this tournament, they have settled on Metal. So definitely a lot of experience in the team for the set. And it's always very valuable if you have survivor players that are also aware of how the killer plays, what he can do, what loops he can outplay how, just so that you, as the survivor, can play into that properly, not giving him any edge in that way.
Oh, looks like we are in. And here we are.
Okay. Metal bringing the most basic of Wesker builds. We have Brutal Strength, we have Eruption, Scourge, Pain Resonance, as well as Beatland Egg. Combo as old as time. Well, Crank Tendril was the OG combo, but this one's much better.
Back in the olden days, Francesco immediately found and slammed.
Yeah, Francesco very lucky there not to have gotten thrown. Forced to drop the Shack Pallet very early. That's how you play Shack versus Wesker. You just drop it. Everything else is basically a 50.
Yep.
Can Metal find a quick down here? That is a very, very early tag coming through.
Very, very quick. And notably, no balanced landing points here for Francesco to work with either. They have to get to the main building or find a hill for that. I'm not seeing either of those in their immediate future.
Francesco gets the stun there, but does get thrown into the rock.
Yep,
very fast down.
The magical 1-inch throw.
Survivor's not able to stack that fast gen to completion just yet. But Metal does not have a pain res hook available. So he has to... That is so risky.
That would be so greedy.
Yeah. I'm very glad that Metal decided against that. He would still be able to erupt the generator.
That's already an almost completed generator. We're going to see an eruption hit it, as you said. Hell yeah, slightly faster eruption proc. Yeah, that's the power of Brutal Strength, not for pallets at all. It's going to proc your eruption slightly faster.
But yeah, that is what you expect to see from the Survivor side in the Wesker set. You usually want to double mid-map gen to split the map into top and bottom. Get that 4 gen out of the way. Nizam, beautiful patience on the TNLs, and Metal just dashes away to the unhook, focusing on Francesco again.
Yeah, just right on out of there, right back onto Francesco. It looks like it is Francesco. I had a momentary loss of object permanence. Actual toddler brain, like, oh, where have they gone? I can't see them. But no, we are in fact back onto Francesco, seeing if they can try to path back towards Shack again, but the pallet has been used.
Oh, nice. Metal
slammed
gets the
onto
down
thin
again.
air.
And this is going to be a pain resonance on the second hook onto Francesco. Really good pace so far for Metal.
Yeah, it's going the way with everything's coming up Metal a little bit.
The survivors are triple splitting gens now, trying to get as much pressure all across the map as possible. Nizam gets found. Can Metal get a quick tag before the unhook comes through? That's pretty much all he wants to do here. Just don't leave the hook too much. Just play for an injury. He doesn't get the injury.
There goes the cracker.
Breaks the pallet. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes straight back to the hook right now.
Oh, for sure. You're living in Metal's brain like the rat in Ratatouille.
Metal decides that he
decides
Francesco. He wants the tunnel out. But has he
Where
lost
is
him?
Francesco?
Yeah, Francesco's already working his way up the map. Has a lot of distance onto Metal right now, and Metal is still trying to find him on this variant jump.
Yeah, looks like Metal's on the bloodstains though. He's found his target.
Yeah, but
like a
Fran
bull,
makes
like a
it all the
bullseye
way
red
to
cloth.
topside.
Dropping the pallet from 5 to 10 light years away.
Metal kind of indecisive there. Maybe thinking that he needs to go for fresh hooks, so posturing onto Mathis for just a tiny bit, and there was enough time for Francesco to make his grand getaway. Now Metal is struggling. He does find the image of Francesco on this dropped car pallet and gets the down.
Instant
exactly
slap
what Metal
down.
needs.
No, that was very much a case of, I think, Metal's chase being so absolutely terrifyingly quick, but Francesco doing everything in their power to make the chase as delayed as possible and make sure it happened in an unfavorable place as possible.
This gen split for Metal is absolutely horrible.
Yes.
Generators left on main building and shack. Super easy for the survivors to just pressure both of them, pre-leave really, really early, call out the killers every move. Metal is sweating bullets right now and has to find a quick injury. Maybe onto Mathis. Mathis able to dodge, miss skill check on the main building. That's 10 push-ups.
It's a bit of a warning for Metal that maybe this is a gen you might be worth taking a look at for too long. But Mathis is providing a really good reason to stick around. And there goes the third survivor on the gen shack as well. He's on just for a split second there. Pretty much the perfect gen split here for the survivors. There goes Pallet Sun.
That smash a 2 onto Mathis. Really beautiful play. Great patience from the Claudette. And there is still a lot of resources on this top side. Now this pallet is gone because Nazam played it earlier, but he still has this edge filler. But Metal forced to leave the chase, forced to pressure the main building. This game is slowly running away from him. Great alert value coming through as well. Nazam being able to hold perfect distance on the main building.
Oh, it looks like Dimal's last gen has got a lot of progress on it.
Yeah, Metal has to try to get any hook right now. Everybody symbolizes a fresh hook. Everybody's worth the same amount. But if you cannot get them, what can you do?
Yes. Yes. While his actual chases with Francesco are very quick, he's paying for all that dithering.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was just a team call in the voice chat being like, hey, you gotta go for a fresh hook here, and then the opposing call being, no, I want to go for the tunnel out, and maybe whoop.
Yes.
Mathis getting caught off guard by the mastermind. Has this pallet still though.
Oh.
Wow.
There's a throw, but throw into
no
nothing.
Injury.
Heartbreaking. That is the pain of Jewel Beetle sometimes. Oh, just got buffered off the slap as well. That's not what you want to see. Jen gets popped in Metal's face. Possible adrenaline there out of Dimal.
Yeah,
adrenaline.
this really was. Oh, if Metal cannot get another down here, that spells disaster for Team Aphelion.
Oh, for sure. It looks so good for a time, but...
This is so smart. Daima drew the attention onto himself with adrenaline, and now Mathis, who has Wake Up, is already on the gate. And honestly, they can take 6 stages too fresh here and feel pretty good about themselves.
I would agree with that assessment. You're going to see a basement hook. Not that it's going to matter hugely either way. I'm just going to take there. I could see well with a... Now, in basement, trying something with Jewel Beetle is going to be difficult.
As soon as you go for that unhook, you just get thrown into the basement, and then you get hooked again because you're injured. It's very, very rough.
So I should imagine here that, yeah, there they are. Just giving Metal the 6 stages and 2 kills. Here you go. Here's a bit of penny change you found from behind the sofa. That was nightmarish for Metal. That was quite the challenge. The start looked very good. The first chase, very, very quick.
Yeah, it was that one moment of indecision after Francesco got unhooked for the second time, and Metal was eyeing with Mathis just a tiny bit, who was out of position.
Yeah,
thinking
Francesco got a map and a half a distance.
Yeah, maybe it's worth it to get a quick 2-tap here, but then still committing for the tunnel out, and that was the moment where Oboy were able to take full control over the game.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, not enough pressure coming through.
Yeah, so the actual chases that Metal had with Francesco were pretty damn quick, but it was just how much time, how much distance Francesco could get, how much the chase could be delayed, and how committed the team was to just slamming gens relentlessly that made that tunnel out onto Francesco so painful.
Yeah. Feels tough. Feels tough. You don't want to go out on your picked set. And as we already established, Wesker being a super popular killer in Comp DBD, Team Oboy is not gonna go easy on Aphelion here. They are no slouches on the pick. They probably know what they're doing.
and 6 stages is not exactly an unrealistic result.
Yeah, 6 stages is a very. We see 4Ks on
Yes.
Wesker every so often, right? It
Yeah.
is not unheard of.
Yeah. Fewer than 6 stages is going to take some doing for these survivors. They're going to need to, play with seatbelts on to get this one, to make it to the tiebreaker. Yeah, if I was Team Aphelion, I would be concerned.
It's okay. It's okay. Like
Yeah.
Wesker is such a heavily scrimmed set. You will just go in the VC and be like, guys, remember in scrims when we get like 3 stages, let's just do it again. We can do this. We've done it in the past. So this is all or nothing for Aphelion. I think they're gonna be in high spirits and they will show us what they got. I believe in them.
Yes, absolutely. That's the end of the day. It's like, what's the worst case scenario? They lose the round, so it goes.
Yeah.
But as long as stop them from giving it the beans, though. If you know what, I'm Britishing again.
You gotta stop.
It just comes out. I can't help it. I've got to set a good example for my daughter. Yeah, I truly. This is very much Team Oboy's game to lose here.
I would say so.
We saw some impressive survivor play in the Lich set again. That was they definitely made Oboy work for it. Oboy did still win, admittedly, but they did make them work for it. So I guess we'll see. And if worst case scenario, we'll at least have some fun mastermind gameplay to watch, which I'm sure basically everybody likes. So
yeah,
we're not in for a plague set. We're playing 45 minutes kicking gens and staring at gens as they go less green. Well, one way or another, it'll be quick and interesting and hopefully a good time.
Yeah. The teams are getting ready again. We're seeing the same survivor roster that Aphelion was already fielding in the Lich set.
I really appreciate that 3 of the survivors have quite dark cosmetics. And then there is the Murder Mill Hanato, who's bright blue and pink with a bright blue hat.
I wish Nina was running her iconic Catgirl Michaela fit. I really like that one. But I will take the Hanato as well.
Hanato's peacocking, trying to attract a mate.
We do have another situation where Aphelion are bringing 5 offerings instead of 4, but the builds have been checked by the match officials, so hopefully everything's good.
Yes.
But as long as our match officials don't intervene with the builds that are being offered, everything's fine. And that seems to be the case. So no penalty whatsoever.
Yes. I guess 2 Vigo Shrouds are not, in fact, better than 1.
It's the mental game, though. What if they make the spawn just a tiny bit different? Nizan spots metal hiding on this rock.
Very quick first find.
Wow, completely able to dodge the rebound and discombobulate Nizan a tiny bit there. Probably helps that a second survivor was there as well. Metal beautifully making the vault to the main building, and Nizan decides to drop the chase and finds Nina on the snake tile into a hill. This is not the setup you want to see on Survivor side. And Nina gets dodged on the second dash. That was so important.
Absolutely.
Edge map throw.
Nina being given lemons at making some damn fine lemonade. Takes the M1, but still a palette to work with. Nazan face plants a hook, unfortunately, and that allows Nina to make it a shack.
Yeah, very important that she doesn't hesitate there. Just takes the good tag to shack. Not getting stuck at the top map. There's a lot of pallets in this area that can be played to extend the chase here.
Absolutely.
Resilience in play as well. No exhaustion perk on this build. Very interesting. Wins the 50. Wins another 50. Okay, gens are being
Nina's-
worked.
Yeah,
This is
Nina's
incredible.
Nina's playing this like a virtuoso. We see the Bloodlust 2 coming out, and she still makes the.
I mean,
We see Bloodlust 3. Are we gonna see Bloodlust 3?
Oh, the swing misses Bloodlust 3.
Oh my lord!
And another 51.
Oh,
Renato
Nina, you
finally goes down.
That was beautiful.
And the
I am the
VC's
Lord
gotta
of
be
the
shouting
Filler,
right
said
now.
she. That was
Beautiful
nuts.
play. Exactly what Aphelion needed right now.
Yeah.
Second gen is not quite going to pop, but they did pop the first one, and this one is so close to completion as well.
Yeah.
Nizan is going to be sweating bullets right now. Nishalnik already in position
Absolutely.
for the pull.
Severely rattled.
Zini gets forced off the generator, but Nizan probably doesn't want to commit this with such a simple win condition of just 6 stages.
Yeah,
Camping definitely does seem like a very attractive option here.
for sure, especially with Beetle. Just getting away from the hookers.
Yeah. Getting a solo unhook against Beetle can be so tough.
For sure.
Nishalnik is very close for the pull, but
But-
also was working the generator close to Shaq, so Nizan aware that somebody is in the vicinity.
Yeah. And I remember from the Dead Dog match, Shannook is very much the immersion demon, near the bush that was a Tory Kane.
Yeah.
And it might be a situation here when Nizamnik is just the. Oh, I was about to say, spoke too soon. There's Nizamnik.
It was just a
Oh,
distraction. The unhook
smacked
comes
into the
through for
iframes.
free. As you mentioned, into the iframes. Now Nina able to take the chase top, where a lot of resources are still available. Zini was working this main
Oh.
generator. This pallet should be pretty safe.
Once again, Nia taking the chase with extreme confidence. There goes another pallet. And oh, those gens are starting to go.
Oh, she gets
Very confident stun. Perhaps scaring Nizan into dropping the chase altogether. Wow.
Yeah, he's gotta leave. He's gotta find someone in a
Yeah.
worse position. These bot side gens are getting done and he has to stop them.
Yeah, Nina's a terror.
Absolutely.
Nizam will be thinking of her in his nightmares tonight.
Metal knows that he's gonna get hit there, but
Yeah.
positions himself in a way that he doesn't get thrown, instead just gets smacked into the wall. This is great. The survivors will be able to reset both Nina and Metal. And Nizan. Oh, the hook!
Michelle Nick getting a tag on the hook. That's very unfortunate.
That should have been another throw, but the hook is there to save Team Aphelion.
Indeed. Dropping that pallet like it owes him money. And there goes Nishalnik onto the floor. Metal gets reset.
That's unfortunate. Nishalnik a tiny bit too hasty on the check spots. This
Right,
is
see a
gonna be
pain res coming
pain
out.
res
There's a
coming through.
wealth of options here.
Yeah, this is Zini's life. Just working a gen, having it reach 90%, getting pain rest. This is danger if Nizan decides to keep Metal here for a little longer.
Ooh.
Beautiful footwork. Metal is really close to getting fully infected.
Oh, that would be
Luckily,
bad. There
Nizan
we
doesn't
go.
seem to be keeping track of that. Sees Metal opening a chest in the distance. Wait a second, Team Aphelion, everybody's here. You've got to make some safety.
Oh,
This
Metal's
is so dangerous for Metal. Can we
been
see a
cornered.
hit tank?
Oh, Hop's locker.
Oh, perfect
force.
timing!
Oh, and there goes the
No.
grab. Unfortunate instant down, but another gen pops.
This is getting a little chaotic on the
It
survivor
is a
side.
little bit, yeah. But the gen count doesn't lie. That's a lot of. Nijan can't afford another. I'm going to describe it as another Nina chase. Not at this stage.
That's what we should call it, yeah.
The Nina chase.
Wow, this is so interesting because Nishalnik is on that main generator injured, together with Nina.
Zini perceives the killer. It's for the first time this game. So wait, is a killer in this match?
Enjoying this PvE autoclicker simulator
Yeah.
on my generator.
Practicing your skill checks. I gotta respect it.
Oh, Nizan expects there to be a second survivor here, not realizing that they're doubling main instead.
Oh
We're making it to
no!
endgame with just 3 hook stages on the board. This
That's
is very similar
crushing.
what happened in Metal's game. In Metal's
Yes,
killer
there's
game.
an unhook. Critically, this time the hooks are spread though.
Yes.
So
This
this is
more fresh stages for Team Oboy right now.
indeed. Zini especially really needs to avoid a hook if possible.
But Nezan is going for Metal, who symbolizes no
Yeah.
fresh hook and only 2 stages.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, Metal just hops locker. This is
And,
the win for Aphelion.
wow! Color me exceedingly impressed. Aphelion played. They were dealt a difficult hand,
Wait, is
and
it?
wow, did they
Yeah,
play
it
it well?
is. Okay, I
This
just
is
double
that's
checked.
5 stages.
I didn't want to spook myself here. I was just surprised
Bravo,
that
Aphelion!
I was just
And
very
especially
surprised.
bravo, Nina.
Yeah, Nina putting on the carry pants, incredible.
That was magnificent. But that was not the way I expected that match to go. But guess we're going to the tiebreaker. What a remarkable round!
And if you know Metal from anywhere, you either know him from ladder, or you know that he is a pretty insane Blight player.
Oh,
So this is
gonna
going to
fun.
be a treat for sure.
Oh yeah, what a turnaround! Because we were so despondent about the 6 stages in the in the prior round. It was a real challenge, but
Yes.
damn, did they rise to it! That was relentlessly impressive.
I had to second guess myself there because the confidence with which Naizan was committing onto Metal in the end there made me think that maybe I had my scoring confused or that
Yeah,
Metal was worth more stages, but no, just deciding to take the 5 stages. But yeah,
it was extreme. Maybe it's a case of the other side was so far away from him that he was just lost either way. Because remember, as soon as Metal was out of that locker, the door was open. There's no guarantee that that Nizam could even find the last survivor needed, because only one survivor was an available option now.
that is true.
Might have been a case of like, sod it, I'll just take what I've got.
But you had one survivor injured, being Nashalnik, and fully infected, so 4% injured, which would have been an easier target than the injured Ace, who still had the endurance status effect. So yeah.
Now, like, while that is true, Nishalnik's not the survivor that you need at that point. Either way, like the only valid option there to get you back into actually winning is Genie. The only one.
Yeah. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm so sorry.
I don't know. I'm just I think I've tried 3 different pronunciations tonight. I'm sure someone will tell me which one's the right one.
Yeah, one of them will stick.
Yeah, one of them will stick.
Okay, we are loading into the lobby for the tiebreaker. Blight on Gas Heaven. It's going to be Team Oboy on the killer first. Daimao playing killer for the team. Now, I don't think I've ever seen Daimao on killer. So, very interesting what he can bring to the table. Seems to be the most confident Blight player of the team.
Fantastic. Well, given that you've hyped up, was it Metal's performance on Blight? If you hyped up Metal, then I guess this is the dramatic way of putting it. You know, having Metal be, the scary shadow over Daimao's match.
Yeah.
But no, this is I'm really excited for this, because this was a tiebreaker that, after seeing the first round of the Wesker set, I was not expecting this to come to the tiebreaker. If I'm honest, I was thinking it's going to be a 2-0, but this is going to be funky, especially because we've had a lot of the same killers tonight. We've had obviously Lich twice,
Yeah,
and we had, well, you had half a twin set. So I'm curious to see how Blight on Gas is handled, especially because I've not seen much Gas since the changes anyway. And I did check in the break; they did move the car wall.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, because the quote new Gas, the car wall was kind of in the middle of the map, but they moved it back into the corner and then moved Shack a little bit. So the map is the map's kind of squarer than it was before.
Okay. But yeah, right now the only killer that I can think of that is being played on Gas Heaven is Hillbilly. In DBD League, they are playing that killer on Gas Heaven with 4 decisive strikes being allowed, but only one of them can be used, which is a very interesting
That is
balancing.
extremely strange. That's very peculiar.
It's been
Strange-culiar, if you will.
very interesting to watch, though. I think the last time I've seen Blight on Gas 7 was in like a 2 or 3-year-old showcase of V1's Blight versus Team Eternal on, I think it was a YouTube video by Hens. So very, very curious to see how the meta has shifted.
Absolutely. No, I've full disclosure, I never exactly loved Blight as a character.
I know you're very
I like him as
opinionated.
a character, but not about his like. I don't think. But I've always respected what the really skilled and creative Blights can do. I always have. Like, it's an approach to playing killer that I've always respected. The desire to innovate and the desire to do the absolute most that you can with the tools that behavior has given you.
Yeah,
And there aren't many killer player bases that I've seen embrace that as much as Blight. So they're really good. So while the pub match Blights might cause me to want to nail my head to the floor, or say things that make me want to cover up Cassie's ears so that she doesn't get any bad ideas, the really high level Blights have always been really impressive to me. Always.
Yes, I think it's a bit of a misconception where a lot of the frustrated player base says, oh, just play an S tier killer and you're going to 4K every game. If you really want to master Blight, he is one of the hardest and most rewarding killer to reward, because you can get injuries on almost every tile, on almost every filler using your power creatively. It makes you really think outside of the box and use objects that aren't guaranteed to spawn every time to your advantage to elevate your bump logic to the next level. And if I play against a really good Blight, I'm like, damn, that was impressive.
Yeah, like, because I remember back in the day, I don't know if you were knocking about in this time, but the J Flick era. I remember I was good friends with Ascension back when Ascension like made Dead by Daylight content when I was a much smaller creator, and it was his like he was the guy who brought the J Flick over from Japan.
I only know the hack tech. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Japanese flick was an old Blight tech. But you would spike up your DPI so that you could flick it up to 180 degrees in a single frame.
Ah, incredible.
Or further. It was absurd. And it was really cool watching what these Blights were able to do. Like changing their DPI in the middle of a rush to flick around a corner. It was awesome.
Poor console players.
It was poor console players, but I think there are some console Blights who figured out how to do it.
Oh, interesting.
And I miss the J Flick days, and I miss Ascension. If he somehow gets to you, buddy, I hope you're doing okay.
We are into the game. This is the tiebreaker. Aphelion versus Oboy. Metal confidently gets the stun, walks away. Damao finds his first chase. Very strong build. Ruin, Eruption, the Wretched Fate, Corrupt Intervention. Not something that would be allowed in most scrims, as Metal gets another stun. Full confidence by our ace.
Yeah, 2 rushes and whiffs a little bit. Gonna still be able to get the M1 though. Let's see what Dimar can make. Let's see where sorry, looking at the wrong name. Let's see where Metal can make it with this.
Metal very patient as Dimar decides to use his rushes on this tile. And Metal does go down. The survivors in the distance are off stacking a generator already. So the conscious decision has been made by the team. Hey, Metal, die in this spot. Don't extend the chase further top. Might get hooked on the active generator. So Metal's chase a little shorter than it could have been had he played more towards main. But as you see, this gen that Zini is working very close to the main building. And Metal does end up getting hooked on the active gen regardless. A little bit unfortunate.
It's worth noting that there is Ruin in this match, but no Pain Res.
Yes, Pain
Used
Resonance
to seeing Pain Res.
is banned for the SD killers, so Nurse and Blight
Indeed.
are not allowed to have that perk. As Daimao finds Nina.
Yeah, they do not need it.
Does take a tag here, but Daimao is content to go back for the tunnel out. And as we can see,
tries to deny Metal the Vault and successfully does so with one rush. Nicely done. And that only one rush use is going to mean that the power's going to come back real fast.
yeah, and we can see on Metal's build there is no anti-tunnel in play. He's the FDP player. He does find the Ruin Totem though, and is able to take the chase far away from the active generators.
We're about to see if Gen Pop and Wretched Fate start coming into play. Oh, Metal gets clobbered. It's a slightly awkward looking angle, but
he knows that he doesn't make the pallet there, so he tries to go for the crouch tech instead. Does go into the basement now at 3 generators remaining. This is... I think both sides are pretty okay with this right now.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, I would give a slight edge to Daimao, just because I know that Metal is the for the people player, which means he cannot get healed by his team using that pack, as Nina gets another beautiful stun onto Daimao.
Yes.
So what I'm expecting here is Nashelnik to hover for the pull, maybe get rid of the Ruin before he goes for that.
Yes,
Exactly.
he's doing it.
See him cleansing it right now. And then he can still trade in the basement, having Plot Twist and Deliverance available for himself. But Daimao is gonna get a little early warning. He's gonna see the Ruin being cleansed, and now he knows, okay, pull is gonna come right now. I can just body block this, or I can just take the trade. Overcome coming through. Now, does Nashelnik get the Plot Twist off in time? He does not. So another survivor will have to rotate into this dangerous basement to pick up the downed Torricane.
Yeah, perfectly happy taking the chase here with Metal. Getting right. We managed to at least manage to get to another pallet, but this is Blight, and he didn't use any rushes to get to that pallet, so there's only so far Metal can go.
Metal has to have some creative pathing here as Daimao bounces one too many times and gets stuck on the generator. Metal living for a tiny bit longer, makes another filler. Pre-drop coming through immediately. Daimao forced into being a bit of an M1 killer right now as Metal wins the 50.
Another gen pop. So it looks like they're choosing to kind of greed gens over traveling across the map to get Nashelnik up. They still accept. Oh wow, okay, Metal.
I told you this guy's a demon in the 1v1s as Daimao tries to get him with the helicopter tag. Metal wins another 50 on the drop pallet.
What is this? What are these guys having at their 50-50s? What are they doing? This reminds me of the Wesker game. It's like a 50-50s and just the 85-15s.
And he dies full edge now where the Jets
Oh,
he doesn't die! Metal just doesn't die, makes it back all the way to the corner on 5.
Die. Metal will
No way!
Metal will break before he bends.
Okay, I'm sorry, this is an insane chase coming through.
Beautifully done by Metal. Nashelnik is not only up but healthy and possibly doing a gen.
Yeah,
this
that's
is an
second to last
insane
generator.
momentum swing.
And the gen split is really bad for Daimao too. He's light, so of course 3 gens get extended just a tiny bit by virtue of being able to traverse the map so fast. But tunnel outs coming through at 1 gen remaining, and that 1 generator being very high progress. Nashelnik staying close as Nina starts another generator. And Daimao had the easiest survivor to chase here. Really, aside from Sprint Burst, no other perks coming into play, no Dead Hard, no Decisive Strike, and Nina is still able to play this very strong main building. Daimao has to play for the tag and drop the chase immediately, having to return to his shack generator.
It is worth noting that now not just Ruin went, but Wretched Fate went too. So half of Daimao's build got removed from the match.
They're so on point with the stuns. Daimao must be on really good ping.
Yeah, I'm still stunned. I'm trying to calculate the full value of Metal's third one. No, not even third hook stage. 1 health stake. Because remember that was right off hook injured.
Yeah.
That was 2 generators. That was both of Nashelnik's health states are from down to healthy, and 2 perks. They got both the hexes.
Yeah,
That is an absurd amount of value for a single health state. That is beyond belief.
And
Really
it's
well
not-
done for Metal.
It's not versus a Trapper, it's versus freaking Blight.
Yeah.
The best killer in the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The individual chasers and these survivors, obviously with Nina last round and now Metal this round, they've been anime protagonist level chasers.
Yes.
It's been crazy good.
And they deserve it so much. They've been
They absolutely
grinding
do.
for Tenax every time they could. They sign up for the tournaments, they come to play. They've gotten a lot of unfortunate matchups, and now they're facing Oboy, and they're showing that they belong here in these semifinals. Damao
Oh, for sure.
now able to just stand on this hook and camp a little bit, just sending it to edge map, expecting Nina to be there, but Nina is on the generator, and Damao wasting a lot of precious time here. Oh, Nina does not have any resources here though.
Nishan coming in for the pull, as is traditional.
Maybe this little maneuver caught Nina off guard, but she is the unbreakable survivor. As Nishana gets the full reset onto Zini. Is Damao gonna take a hook? Yes, he is on the active generator. But once Nina gets unhooked, she also has Decisive Strike available for herself. So no easy chases to be had for Damao. The whole Aphelion team is making him work so hard for this.
Yeah. Also, it's actually called Will to Live.
Great conversion tag from Daimar there onto Zini. Shelnik starting the next generator, and I can imagine Nina coming in now, trying to take a hit for Zini with the Decisive Strike Unbreakable combination. Daimar returning to the active generator on the top side of the map. Does not see any scratch marks, does not hear grunts of pain. Where are the survivors?
This stage of the game almost feels like Daimao's trying to scoop water with his hands and it just falls through his fingers, but he's slowly getting, eking out progress here and trying to slow these gens down, but he can't commit to oh, that's another set of bloodstains. Is Daimao going to...
I think he hears Nina. Nina reset by Zini. Sees a crow next to the main building, but yeah, he can never commit Nishan.
Nishan's plot twist triggered eruption.
Yeah.
And sold out Zini.
That's okay. Zini still has Dead Heart here.
That's rough, but also most importantly funny.
Oh, beautiful. Gets the Dead Heart, has another tile to
done.
play. Is gonna play the same palette that Metal already played. This is the
Yeah.
Aphelion palette.
Takes the break. Nishan fully heals a plot twist.
And Damao has to slack this, I think. Otherwise, he risks that top generator popping. Decides
Daimao's
to
taking the
pick.
pick.
Second hook onto Zini coming through. If Aphelion are able to pop another gen in the 3v1, that is already very impressive.
Yeah.
And it's looking good. Nishana can insta-pull this and then stack Shack with Zini. But yeah, Damao is having some super good conversion rushes here, getting tags off of those very last rushes when he really needs them.
Doesn't quite happen this time though. He knows Nina's around, but needs to find her.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's the bright blue pink murder mill shirt.
Those are the carry pants.
They are the carry pants. We saw it in the Wesker set.
It is so unfortunate because if you look at Nina's exhaustion
Oh,
pack,
and there goes the last
he got the
gen.
last gen.
Beautiful.
Nina's exhaustion perk is life, and there is only a used pallet gem here, which means no window. As Damao does not get the conversion rush here.
The Z-Ball window. The Z-Ball
time.
window. No, we're not that lucky.
The
Not that
long
lucky.
cane. This is looking like 8 stages, 3 fresh for Damao. Team Aphelion making it out of the gate. Based
Beautifully
on
done.
the back of
Bye.
beautiful chase by Metro.
Absolutely. To their credit, Daimao, they handled that end game very loose 3-gen as well as they could have done. But holy moly, Metal!
I'm telling you, you can't sleep on Metal.
No, you cannot. That was nuts. That was some. The brave 300 against the army of Xerxes. That was nuts.
Of course, all the credit to Damao as well. 8 stages, 3 fresh. is probably what you would quote unquote call an average result on Blight.
Yeah.
Gashaven being a very tough map for the killer to play and traverse. So definitely deducting a bit from that average.
Yeah. So we will see, because this is the kind of result that really could go either way,
Yes.
and that's the best kind of result. Rubbing my hands together like a little
Yes,
fiend.
I was so excited. I'm so glad because I've been telling Metal, yeah, you've got to make it to the semifinals, so I get to cast you. Now he's finally here with his team. They're all looking like they're in great form today.
Yeah.
I'm
Putting on a
biased.
hell of
I'm sorry.
performance. Yeah. And you know what? I feel kind of bad being an ironic hater earlier. I know it was ironic. You know it was a bit.
I
But
love an underdog story.
yeah, and I have to respect that. They are they're a very hard team to dislike. They're very easy to root for, especially when Nina and Metal are like
Wait,
flying the killer like a kite. You know, it's just it's good. It's good television. It's good. It's cinema.
it might actually be Nina on Blight instead. How
Mm.
many cracked Blights can you fit on one team? That's unfair.
Yeah, it's illegal. Although it looks like curious.
I know that Team Aphelion has a lot of different killer players. I think I've seen Zini play killer for them. I've seen Metal. I've seen Nina. So all of them play both sides, which helps a lot in just understanding the limits of other killers you have to face on the survivor side as well. So super cool to see such a diverse roster. Whoever feels like they can step up to the task, they will be ready. But yeah, again, Team Oboy on the survivor side has shown nothing but excellence. They've really
Yes, they've
just been so solid on the survivor side, really impeccable teamwork, individual chases. They've shown it all today.
absolutely been deeply consistent, very reliable. Exactly what you need, really. And in a match that could really go either way, where you know it's neither. We don't know how this is going to go. You know, there's no telling how this is going to turn out. Because they said it's a pretty average result, and that's the kind of match where you want a really reliable team, some like people who got really solid communication, who know how to juggle the killer. Yeah, I'm going into this, you know, almost like blank slate, no thoughts, head empty,
Yeah,
because
I'm already happy.
there is no telling how this is going to go, and I mean that in only the best way possible.
Yeah, either outcome is going to give us a wonderful, amazing team for the grand
Yeah.
finals.
We are in
And
for a hell of a show.
yes, we're seeing a bit of a shakeup on the survivor roster. It seems like Mathis is not going to play. Instead, Rez is coming in. Super solid survivor. Every time
Yes.
I get an indoor map on Billy, I face him and I get very frustrated. For some reason, I don't know how that works. But yeah, our there is one way that Oboy can turn the odds in their favor, and it is to have a different survivor be the first chase. I was mentioning
Yes.
earlier how Metal was the For the People survivor, and he really only had Sprint Burst available as his only tool in the chases, no other help. So if the first chase for Team Oboy can be either their Decisive Strike or their Dead Heart player, they definitely get a little bit of an advantage off of that, just making the tunnel out so much harder. On the other
Absolutely.
hand, if Nina is able to find their Deliverance player, that could turn the tides into Aphelion's favor.
It really could. So, well, I guess we'll just see whether the power that lets Nina win 50-50s 1,000 times in a row like a wizard guides her to the correct survivor. We
Yeah,
simply do not know.
does Blight have a cosmetic with bright pink pants? Because we might need those.
Murder Mill shirt blight.
That'd be so fun.
It would be, yeah. Well, I think some killers need like, you know, some Murder Mill drip. I like, remember how Legion got Christmas sweaters?
Yes. Or Chucky.
Chucky.
I want a
Chucky and-
Christmas sweater for Wesker. Like, come on.
I think Nemesis needs one that's just two Christmas sweaters stitched together because he's too big to have one of them.
That'd be real.
So he just has two of them stitched together. Or Victor. Like give Victor a little one.
Aw.
You give
I
you know,
really
like
didn't
Christmas.
expect
You have a little
Nina to be
onesie.
the blind player here. That's so
Yeah.
exciting. As we are
Nope.
into the game, final game of the semi-finals.
Absolutely. We're
And
already
we're
right
seeing
off.
the exact same build on Killer.
With the perks in the exact same place on the. No, actually, Ruin and Eruption the way around. I tell a lie.
Nina is trying to find her first chase here. Survivors are staying. She saw the ace at the edge map there. Yeah, team is calling it out for her. Sees him on that filler. On 12. Yep, pretends to not see him. Does find him immediately though. This is why it's so helpful to have your team in the VC for you, just calling out, you saw ace, and we see another person in this main building. It's Fra. Now, who of the two is more likely to have deliverance here? It seems like Fra is almost intentionally taken a tag for Rez here, but Fra is the deliverance player.
Oh no! Oh no! And that's a down on the deli survivor.
Goodness.
Oh,
Wow.
that's Mia with a side order of fries.
Oh, Fra is gonna be so mad because the
This is the
survivor
one
just
thing.
took the chase where he was stealthing, making it impossible for him to get that deliverance perk off.
That's
and deliverance.
heartbreaking.
It might be
deli
fair to say to
available.
call deliverance the strongest perk that is available in this set, and that being out of the picture and Rez injured, found in chase.
Oh, very close to the hook too.
What a dream start for Aphelion.
Oh, this is what we want to see. The ruin has been cleansed, unfortunately, but all that means is the eruption's going to start coming out even harder and faster and better and stronger. That's how the song goes.
Now takes a tag, but gets the unhook onto Francesco, who takes the chase to the main building.
Just trying to rush to catch up, and that's going to be Francesco once again tasting floor. There we go.
Counting to 15. Deliverance survivor also probably has nothing to help them in chase, because it's the role that wants to be the most passive at the start. This could not be a better start for Team Aphelion and for Nina.
Absolutely. They have to waste time healing up Rez. Dios mio. Wretched Fate is up, and it doesn't look like the totem is near any gens. Yeah, it's near the gen that's already been done.
Oh, it's on the Deja Vu survivor as well, who should be cranking those gens all the time.
This is the one thing we didn't want to happen. Unless we're Nina, then we did.
Yeah, Rez is getting into position to get the For the People unhook. Just the only thing that Oboy have available for themselves. So if they can get that, it's a glimmer of hope in their eyes.
Indeed.
But right now, Nina is commanding this game with a very firm grasp on the situation. That now gets found, but Nina's just baiting. She's just every time pretending to commit to a chase, immediately going back, knowing that the unhook has to come through. She does not want to allow the FTP to come through.
Yeah, there was scratch marks right there. Let's see if Nina can capitalize.
Can this get body blocked? Because that would be huge.
Oh,
takes
it's
the
not a body
tag,
block.
chooses the
Taking the 1-for-1.
Just happy that there's no For the People in play.
Yeah.
Chooses to hook here.
I guess the logic is doesn't have a lot of chase perks to get a lot of distance, plus Blight can just get across now. Oh, if Francesco spotted the Wretched Fate, oh my!
God, that's dirty! What a hit!
That's nasty. Rez gets the. Is that? Oh.
Second wind on Rez and the elimination of Francesco at 4 gens remaining.
Oh my, that's not what you want.
This is exactly what you want with Aphelion.
Oh, absolutely it is. No, Francesco effectively having a non-existent third chase. Wow.
Yeah, really just incredibly well played by Nina on the shack.
Nazon cranking out gens at the speed of molasses thanks to that Wretched Fate.
Damao does have a sprint burst 99, uses Champion of Light to cheekily get that back mid-chase. Nina fatigues on the pallet. Can Damao make it to the shack pallet or shack window? Gets caught and gets downed.
Gets caught with those very ugly trousers down. And
which ones do you prefer? The pink ones or
the pink ones? They're the carry pants. Those aren't the carry pants. They're the being down pants. They're different. Once
Yeah.
again.
This is 5 stages 3 fresh already. If Daimao dies, it's the tie condition. But there's 3 more generators to be completed. Wretched Fate is still in play with the Obsession working away at the generators, not being on hook or in chase.
It is worth noting, Francesco might have been so scared of Nina barreling towards them at 1,000,000 miles an hour, they might not have seen the Wretched Fate that was scrolled away in Shack.
That is possible.
Because it was tucked away in the corner, and that wasn't the direction Francesco was running in.
Rez does get found. He has been working this main generator.
High Priogen gets kicked. Just check it on the hook, making sure you're still there. Hey, buddy, don't go anywhere.
This loop is so strong while looking so innocent.
Yes, but... I've had many memories there of trying to put a drone in there, but the ceiling is too low, and having my brain melt into cottage cheese in frustration. But watching what Nina's doing to these survivors now is a bit of catharsis for that.
Daimao gets camped to stage 2, and this is pretty much Oboy admitting defeat. The only way, the pull cannot come through.
Yeah, Nina can't make it happen.
Oh. Nina expecting Rez to still be inside the building, just gets the eruption. Yep, the ace has left.
Checking.
Bit of confusion here, but that's okay. She's still in a very demanding position.
Yeah, I think she can afford to take a little bit of time to open the locker. I think she's earned that luxury.
But yeah, really expecting the ace to still be around here. So this is a bit of precious time for Oboy that they desperately need.
Well, presumably she thinks that Nezan is there because Ace is injured.
I think Nina heard the injury noises of Ace through the wall.
I
and
see.
then expected him to have hopped into a locker, but that is not what happened.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does find Nezan now.
Not the
comes
target
down. But it's a fresh hook, so this is win condition potential.
No, you're not going to say no.
Live
And
being
with
the
two active eruptions, anything will any down will do.
Yeah, the survivors need to reset here, and that's exactly what they're doing. Can Nina find it? Sees that the gen is still regressing, knows that the reset is happening. Nezan now finally found the Wretched Fate. This is a bit of a recovery. Let's call it some breathing room for the Oboy survivors that they desperately needed.
Yeah, breathing room is definitely the right term. A more cynical Will here would say a stay of execution. No, but that's too hot. Next time something happen. Nezan takes the down.
Attempt at the crouch tech on the stairs, but Nina plays around it beautifully. And if this hook gets camped to death, that is going to be the win condition. Actually, only needs to camp this hook to stage 2, and that would be 8 stages 4 fresh, which would be enough for Aphelion to win this.
Indeed.
It's looking so good for Team Aphelion.
Yes, the ways out here for Team Oboy are vanishingly small, and most of them involve Nina having to go like because their house is on fire or something.
Knows that another generator is being done here. Over in the corner, does return for the tunnel out.
Oh, I was hoping that I'd get a pallet break off that.
Okay, knows that this is the survivor who's most likely to have decisive strike, just because Nezan is the obsession. Hello, Daimao.
This takes the clobber on Daimao.
I don't think that was intentional. I think that was a bit of miscommunication.
Yeah. Oh.
Nina is the 50 winners day on both killer and survivor.
Ain't 50s when Nina's here. It's like.
And Daimao getting hooked and eliminated from the trial here symbolizes the win condition for Aphelion, which means they're going to advance to the grand finals.
Absolutely, and what a grand way to get there. Nina relentlessly impressive on both killer and survivor. I've still got Metal's legendary chase playing back in my head. And it's been tattooed into my retinas for the next week.
Yeah, I think what was really remarkable here is that It felt like the Oboy survivors are. They were playing it to the book pretty much in most sets, just playing super solid, making very few mistakes, giving the killers very little room to attack. But the Aphelion survivors just played their hearts out and just had pop-up performances everywhere.
Yeah, like individually exceptional chases that just loaded the match on their back and just ran with it.
Sometimes you gotta make something happen.
Yeah, you just gotta do it to him. You just gotta do it to him.
Oh, swings a little bit early there. Nazan having a really good chase over here.
Nina playing with it. Nina's playing with her food a little bit.
Yeah, it's just all 50s. Is the survivor gonna
There we
vault
go.
or not?
Yeah.
Beautiful conversion there. Is the res going to be able to pop the last generator is the big question here. No. It doesn't seem like it. Nina trying to find the stealthing ace in the distance.
He's
Who's going to get the unhook now?
He's already snuck out of the building and is well on his way. Presumably that was a vault for life. Or it's just signaling the presence of the ace there because it's bored. And there's no reason not to. The game's lost either way.
Yeah.
Just chase me, god damn it.
I want some action.
Yeah.
Ah, the Oboy survivors are going to be kicking themselves, and I feel so bad for Francesco.
Yeah, that was really brutal.
You just have to trust your teammates not to take the chase to where the deliverance is stealthing, and if that doesn't happen, oh, what a bait! No way.
Like that there was the first domino that fell this game. It was the domino that knocked over the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and then suddenly we're here.
What a down. Well played.
Very well done. Yeah, Nina not putting a foot wrong, taking the advantage there of the Delhi survivor going down early and milking that advantage for all it's worth.
Yeah. And it's so tilting for the Delhi player to get found
sure.
like that, right? It's like you're already fighting for a win con that is not super easy to get, right? And you just have the game start off on the wrong foot, just by virtue of miscommunication. It just sets the tone for the game, and yeah. Nina just looking for ways to outplay these fillers right now, having a bit of fun.
Indeed. Yeah, as you said, it's a real David and Goliath story here, because Oboy are a venerated team.
Yes.
We've seen them carve a bloody trail through Tenax before.
Great way to put it.
While Aphelion, they aren't quite so. They've long been the bridesmaid, but never the bride.
Yeah, and again, they're a very new team, right? They've not played in any big tournaments. They're taking all the tournament experience they can get. They've been here for every Tenax that they've could, and I was talking to Matt earlier, being like, oh, Tenax always goes wrong. It's just the best of one. It's something always goes wrong there. Oh, do we want the 1v1 or do we want to give Hatch a token of peace, a little peace offering? Beautiful sportsmanship there.
A little. Here you go. It's the bottle cap badge from Up. I'll give you the highest honor I can bestow: an open hatch.
And we gotta say thank you, Team Oboy. We hope to see you again in the future. Again,
Oboy gave us a hell of a show.
Really, really well played, and congratulations to Team Aphelion for making it to the finals.